Emma Stone plays a young writer interviewing African-American maids for a new book in the drama The Help. Clicking on RB&D Reviews, where me or my fellow reviewers try to give honest and reflective reviews on movies that are out in theaters or out on DVD. My name is Rob, and The Help came out just a couple of weeks ago, and I finally found time to go out and see it, and so far it's held the #1 spot at the box office for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and it finally crossed over into the $100 million mark. So basically, in a nutshell, The Help is based on a book by Kathryn Stockett. It's about a journalism student named Eugenia, or Skeeter, that's her nickname, who returns home to Mississippi in the early 1960s. After seeing many of her friends treat the help who work for them, Skeeter decides to write a book about the maids' point of view on the white families who employ them. One of the maids that Skeeter is desperately to get an interview with is Abilene, played by Viola Davis, who took care of 17 children during her life and is more quiet, and she really isn't sure she wants to share her stories with Skeeter. Another maid is Abilene's sarcastic neighbor Minnie, played by Octavia Spencer, who's not afraid to share her opinion and stories and all the other dirt that she knows. Pretty much when I was watching this movie, I felt like a visitor roaming the houses in the town, picking up a little bit things here and there from the people, like the gossip from the ladies at the bridge game, or the help dishing out the dirt on their employers. And I think for one thing, it's because I think the dialogue sounds believable. I mean, it does not beat the viewers over the head with information, and as a matter of fact, the movie, I think, says a lot by not using a whole lot of words. There's different parts in the movie where we, the viewers, where stuff is suggested to us, allowing us to come up with our own conclusions. And the movie cinematography, I thought was very attractive, and when I was looking at the screen, I felt like this is what the town would look like if I was there at that particular time. And the characters, the main characters, I thought were fleshed out, and they were all very different. They had very different personalities, and I think in different hands, I think that the characters, especially the young women who have the help working for them, I feel like they could easily have turned into cardboard, one-dimensional characters, but I think they did a fine job turning them, as well as the whole characters. The screenwriters did a good job at making them, believable characters. And besides the two maids that I mentioned, Skeeter is definitely different from a lot of the other young women in the town. She has more sympathy for the help, I think, and they could while the other characters treat them like the help's just disposable and they're easily replaceable, and Skeeter, she prefers having a career, while most of her friends they're in their early 20s and they already got married and they already got 1 or 2 kids. And, she wants to focus on having a good career in journalism. And also another character, there's Celia Foote, who everybody treats like the town outsider. And when I was watching this movie, the young women in the movie, I just could not help but think that they were just not ready to have kids and get married. I mean, they were too busy planning parties, buying clothes, being on committees, They weren't taking care of their kids, and I felt like it's kind of like a lot of people that I see on TV today, where I think, these people are too young to be getting married and having kids. They should go out and, get and do something with their life first. With The Help, the movie takes place during a time when people were not really as outspoken as they are today. Besides the racism issue, the film deals with a lot of other topics that you just did not publicly discuss, like certain illnesses or words you didn't say out loud or sexual orientation. The Help has a lot of stories going on in this movie, but I think one was not greater or weaker than the other. I mean, they all had their share of drama, and they all had memorable moments, and they did not feel crowded. Oftentimes when I watch a movie where there's multiple storylines, sometimes one will stick out more and the other is not completely developed. I felt like they were all pieces that were connected into something, whole. The Help had an excellent performances from the cast, and the stories were both funny and warm as well as startling and cruel. And I think it's definitely worth checking out in the theaters, so I give The Help a see it in theaters verdict. So that's my review, and feel free to leave any comments about this video or about the movie if you have seen it, and I greatly appreciate it. I do read everything that you guys send in, and thank you very much for watching.